Very good morning, students. I am your new English teacher and my name is Anju Krishna. So, let's discuss some common things. Okay, what are the things we can see in our nature? We can see many things, right? Trees, plants, animals, beautiful flowers, sky, wind, breeze, hills, etc. We can see in the nature. So, we all love our nature very much. Including me, we all love our nature. Have you ever thought what is the reason for us to love our nature? There might be many reasons, such as nature teaches how to live and it helps us to survive. Mainly, these are the reasons for us to love our nature. So, as literature says, a human being is grown up in the lap of the nature. So we should love our nature as we love our mom. So I think you will all love our nature as your own mom. So let's start a new unit. Its name is Nature's Plenty. And the first chapter is How Far is the River? So How Far is the River is a short story written by Ruskin Bond. So let's familiarize him. Who is he? Ruskin Bond was born on 1934. He was born on 1934 and he is an Indian writer who writes in English language. Even though he is an Indian writer, he used to write in English language. So, he has written novels and poems and is known mostly for his contribution to children's literature. So, he wrote children's literature. What do you mean by children's literature? Children's literature means he wrote mostly for small kids. That is what we used to call as children's literature. So, let's look. He has more than 500 short stories to his credit. What a surprise! He have written 500 short stories. So let's discuss about the chapter. What is the chapter? What is the name of the chapter? How far is the river? So let's begin. Between the boy and the river stood a mountain. The boy was young and the river was small, but the mountain was big. What is here saying? What is saying here? Between the boy and the river stood a mountain. So, what is in between the boy and the river? There is a mountain. We can see that here the destiny or the aim is the river. That is why here the writer says that in between the boy and the river. So, his aim, the boy's aim is the river. He wants to reach the river. That's why he says in between the boy and the river. There is a big mountain in between the boy and the river. The boy was young. As you all, the boy is a young one, a small one. And what about the river? The river is also small. But the mountain was big. As I said, in between the mountain, in between the river, there is a mountain. In between the river and the boy, there is a mountain. So, he have to cross that mountain. So, the writer is saying that the mountain is a big one. So, it will be a huge risk for this boy to cross the river. So, the thickly forested mountain hid the river, but the boy knew it was there. He had never seen the river with his own eyes, but from the villagers he had heard of it, of the fish in the waters and of its rocks. He wished to touch the water and know it personally. What the writer is saying, the thickly forested mountain hid the river. What is it? How will be a forest? How a forest looks like? There will be a lot of forest and it will be thickened. So because of these trees, the thickness of the forest, if the boy can't see the river, but the boy knew it was there, but he knew that there is a river. Then he had never seen the river with his own eyes, but from the villagers he heard of it, of the fish in its water and of its rocks. What is the writer saying? But because he doesn't seen this river before, but he had heard about the river from the villagers. What he heard? He heard about the fish in the river and the stones in the river. Then he wished to touch water and know it personally. What was his wish? His wish was to touch that river. He wanted to touch the water in that river, to feel the coldness, to feel the purity of that water. He stood in front of his house on the hill opposite the mountain and gazed across the valley, dreaming of the river. What is saying? He stood in front of his house. Now he is standing in front of his house and he is facing the mountain. Now he can see the mountain in front and gazed across the valley, and he looked closely. He looked the valley very closely, and he was dreaming about the river that he wanted to visit. He was about 12 years old. Look, children, now the writer is saying about the character sketch of the boy. How much years old is he? He is 12 years old, and he was a sturdy boy and with untidy black hair. He having a black hair, but it is not very much clean. Then he also have a shining black eyes. His eyes is very much shining, and he had fine features and a clear brown skin. Physically he is fit and he is having a brown skin. His skin color is brown. But his hands and feet were rough and scratched. Then what about his hands and feet? It was very rough. Hands were very rough and also scratched. It is also cracked. We can see that his hands and foot was cracked, and also it was very much rough. He was barefooted, not because he couldn't afford shoes, but because he liked the feel of warm stones and cool grass. What is saying here? The boy was barefooted. What is the meaning of barefooted? Barefooted means he doesn't wear any shoes, socks, chappals or anything else. He doesn't wear such things. Why? What is the reason for that? Maybe he have no cash to buy a shoe or chappal. No, that is not the reason, because he want to feel the warm stones and also the cool grass. He is such a nature loving child. That's why he won't wear shoes or chappals, because he want to feel the warmth of the stones and the cool grass. Then it was 11 o'clock when he knew his parents wouldn't return home till evening. There was a loaf of bread he could take with him, and on the way he might find some fruits. What is he saying? It was 11 o'clock. What is the time now? It is 11 o'clock, and he knew his parents wouldn't return home till evening. So he knew that his parents won't return till evening. That means his parents is not in his home. They had went somewhere. So there was a loaf of bread. What is a loaf of bread? A packet of bread. There is a packet of bread in his house. He could take with him. He is going somewhere. So he says that he took that bread with him, and on the way he might find some fruits. He is thinking, I can take that bread with me, and also what is he thinking? On the way to that river, he can pluck some fruits, some fresh fruits from the forest. Then here was the opportunity he had waited for. What is he saying? He was waiting for this moment. His wish is going to be a successful one. And his mother and father had gone to visit relatives for the entire day and had left him on his own. What is he saying? His mother and father had gone to visit relatives for the entire day. His father and mother is not in his home. They had gone somewhere. He had gone to the relative's house to visit there for a party. They had gone to relative's home to attend a party. So there is nobody in the house. So he thought that it was the right moment to fulfill his own wish. Then before they returned, what is saying? If he came home before dark, before they returned, they wouldn't know where he had been. So he is thinking that before they come, he can go anywhere. So before they came, he can go anywhere, and the parents will don't know about him and where he gone, what was he doing. They will not know anything. That is he say. Then he went into the house and wrapped the loaf in a newspaper. Then he closed all the doors and windows. What is he saying? He went to the house and wrapped the loaf in a newspaper. Then he suddenly went into the house and took the bread and covered it in a newspaper. Then what happened? Then he closed all the doors. So he is leaving the house. For what? To see the river. So he closed all the windows and doors of his own house. Then the path of the river dropped steeply into the valley. Then Rose went around the big mountain. It was frequently used by the villagers, the woodcutters, milkmen, and mule drivers. But there were no villagers beyond the mountain or near the river. What is he saying? The path to the river is completely riskable, so it is very difficult to reach the river. So here the writer is saying that it was frequently used by the villagers. The way was frequently used by villagers. Which villagers? The woodcutters. The woodcutters use this road, this path, and milkmen also go through this way, and also mule drivers. But there were no villages beyond the mountain or near the river. But the thing is that there were no villages beyond the mountain, and also there were no villages near the river. So what he will do? The boy passed a woodcutter and asked him how far it was to the river. Then while he was walking, he saw a woodcutter and he asked the woodcutter what he asked. How far it was to the river. He asked to the woodcutter, how much distance is there from here to the river? How much far is the river? Then the woodcutter was a short but powerful man. The woodcutter was short, but he was a powerful man, and with a creased and weathered face and muscles that stood out in hard, ugly lumps. This is the characteristic sketch of the woodcutter. What was he? The woodcutter was a short but powerful man with a creased and very weathered face, and the muscles stood out in a hard, ugly lumps. That man replied. What he replied? 7 miles, he said, which was fairly accurate. Why do you want to know? And the woodcutter asked back, almost 7 miles will be there. Why you are asking this? For what you are asking this? He asked back to the boy. Then, I am going to the river, said the boy. Then what he said? The boy said to the woodcutter that I am going to the river. That's why I am asking you how much distance is there from here, this place to the river. And the woodcutter was amazed and he asked, alone? Are you alone? Are you going alone to the river? Then the boy replied, of course I am alone. Then, but it is too far. It will take you 3 hours to reach there, and then you have to come back. The woodcutter said that it is too far from here to the river. There is a lot of distance between here and to the river. Then you are alone. You are a small kid, and you will take almost 3 hours to reach there. And also you want to return back. It will be getting dark. Besides, it is not an easy road. What he said. So it will get dark. What is he saying? The night will come, and what will you do? And also the path is not a good one. It is a rough one. Then what is the boy replying? But I am a good walker. What does he reply? The boy said, I am a good walker, said the boy, though he had never walked further than the mile from his house to his school. What is the real thing? He said that he's a good walker, but the actual thing is that he doesn't walk before more than a mile. Actually, he walked from his home to the school, and it is almost a mile. That's all about his walking.